Welcome to UC second year students. In the last period, we have studied about the demand and law of demand, shift in demand and derivation of demand, and so many syllabus we have completed. But in the last syllabus of the demand, the theory of consumer behavior, it is the second chapter of the microeconomics, and today let us study the market demand. And what do you mean market demand? First of all, we have to understand the meaning of market demand. In the market where there are number of consumers are there, we have to find out the market demand. And we have to find out the market. How to find out the market demand? We have to find out market demand by adding of all the consumers' demands. We can find out the market demand by adding all the individuals' demands. And then we will find out the market demand. Then first of all, you have to understand the meaning of what do you mean by market demand. The market demand for a good at a particular price is the total demand of all the consumers taken together. Once again, the market demand for a good at a particular price is the total demand of all the consumers taken together. It is called as the market demand. If there are, suppose there are only two consumers are in the market. Suppose there are two consumers in the market. There are two consumers in the market, and the demand curve of the two individuals are two demand curve of the individuals. This is the two individual demand curve. This is the market demand curve shown on the graph graphically. Suppose there are two individuals and the demand curve of there. Suppose there are two consumers A and B, or two consumers in the market for good. Suppose at the price P1 dash, the demand of the consumer one is Q1. The demand of the consumer one is Q1. Demand of the consumer one is Q1 in market demand. Suppose at price P1 dash, the consumer one is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. Consumer 1 is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. In the market demand also shows, suppose at the price P1 dash, consumer Q1 plus Q2. It is consumer 1 is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. And the market demand curve is Q1 plus Q2. Q1 plus Q2. It is the market demand. And similarly, at P dash, suppose similarly at P dash, the consumers 1 is Q1, consumers 1 is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. The market demand is P dash is Q1 plus Q2. It is the market demand. It is the totally market demand. And we have shown in the market demand curve. At P1 dash, the Q1 1 and the consumer 1 is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. The market demand of the curve is Q1 plus Q2. It is the market demand. And suppose at the price P dash, the consumer 1 is Q1 and consumer 2 is Q2. The market demand curve is Q1 plus Q2. It is in the market demand. It is slopes downwards. It is slopes downwards from left to right. It is the market demand. Suppose I can give another examples for how to find out the market demand. There are D1 and D2. D1 means demand for consumer 1 and demand for consumer 2. And here is the market demand for consumers. The demand for one consumer is quantity demanded is quantity demanded is 10 and the demand for consumer 2 is 20. 20 plus 10 is equal to 30. It is the market demand. And the demand for consumer 1 is 20 and demand for consumer 2 is 30. The 30 plus 20 is equal to 50. 50 is the market demand. 50 is the market demand. And lastly, D1 means demand for consumer 1 is 30 quantity demanded, and D2 means D2 it is the demand for consumer 2 is quantity demanded is 40. Total the market demand is 40 plus 30 is equal to 70. This is the market demand. It is very easily find out the market demand. And once we have to do an adding up and linear demand curve by the help of a formula. So, for example, if there are two consumers and their demand curve is given as the consumer 1 D1 is demand for consumer 1 is D1 into bracket P is equal to 10P. Demand for consumer 2 into bracket P is equal to 15P. And the market demand for DP, D into bracket P is equal to 25 to P. How? We can find it by adding of two individual demand curve. Demand for one consumer is 10P and demand for two consumer is 15P. 10 plus 15 is equal to 25. 2P means two individuals. It is the market demand function. It is the market demand function. Suppose the price of consumer 1 is less than or equal to 1, the demand for consumer is 10P. Demand for consumer is 10P. Suppose the price of consumer 1 is greater than 10. The demand for consumer 1 is 0. The demand for consumer is 0. Then the price is greater than 10. The demand for consumer 1 is 0. If the demand for consumer 1 is 10 or less than 10, the demand for consumer is 10P. And second demand for consumer 2 is the price is less than or equal to price. The demand for consumer 2 is 15P. If the price is greater than 15, the demand for consumer 2 is 0. Or the demand for 2, the consumer is price is greater than 15, the demand of the consumer 1 is 0. And if the demand for 2 consumer is less than or equal to price means 15, the demand for consumer 2 is 15P. And the market demand curve is D into bracket P is equal to 25. Okay, this is the market demand curve. The question is, explain the market demand curve with a diagram. Explain the market demand curves with a diagram. You have to explain and give the meaning of market demand and give the two diagrams and give the formula and give the how to find out the market demand according to their formula. This is the market demand. You keep remember. If you are interested to watch my video, subscribe without forgetting this market. The last year, the NCERT questions changed by the NCERT and the board. You have to, this is the most important. This syllabus must and should have to study, because of this is the most important in the chapter. Because of the last year it has changed. It is added in the syllabus for you. The last syllabus changed by them, and it is the new syllabus for you. You have to study well. You prepare to diagram and explain it according to this market demand. You have to necessarily study. You don't forget it. You practice again and again. It will come in the examinations. Don't forget. I tell you, this is most important. Thank you.